Good afternoon, and welcome into another Titan Talk. Kilgoon and Caps joining me once again to take you through the exciting times of the latest god to join the SMITE 2 roster. It's going to be Bastet today. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Ready to pounce right into it, you know.
I see what you did there.
Yeah,
That's very on the ball.
That's ball of yarn.
All right,
I'm on.
Go with the game.
No.
Lovely.
No. Okay.
I'm just not playing that. It's too early. It's too early in the day for the subject. Welcome in to seeing Bastet in SMITE 2 for the first time. And the first thing you'll notice, she's had a bit of a glow up.
Yeah.
Yes, she got a full remodel. I think it looks really good. We got full new card art and everything for it. Her icons aren't updated yet, but they are coming. So
cool.
Those icons are not accurate at the moment.
I think everyone was, in my mind, I was like, we're going to see people complain if we don't update those, if we're going to update this.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. As soon as I said that, also somebody in chat said it. So I knew somebody would say something. But yeah, so those are getting updated. But otherwise, yes, she has a full new model. She had to get a bunch of animation changes. She has fully new effects. So
neat.
That's first thing first.
New voice actor too, right?
Oh yes, she did get a new voice actor. You can.
I'm perfect. Sweet.
I don't know if you can hear that.
Pretty quiet.
Yeah, I think we have our settings.
It's my personal settings. That's the reason why. Boost it so far down intentionally. If I can type.
I'm perfect. Sweet. Attack middle lane.
Okay.
Yeah,
there you go.
Attack the fire giant.
I like her voice a lot.
Yeah.
Sounds really high.
So,
with me. I'm just gonna turn
She's got a new voice actress. You got new model, new animations, new effects.
So let's go through a kit, like kind of one by one for people that don't know. But
Yes.
start off with a passive, I guess. Obviously, she's auto attack based.
Yep, she is. Well, she's not auto attack based, but
Well, sorry, she does auto attacks, not
Yes.
auto attack based. Yeah, which
so she's strength based. I
Yeah,
think is
that's what I meant to say.
but-
Yeah.
So
Long
her
stuff.
passive, this is where one of her plus ones is. Bastet, when she hits people, she gets basically her lifesteal is increased by an amount based on the target she's hitting. So if it's gods, she gets a bit more lifesteal than if she's hitting like minions or jungle camps or objectives. But in SMITE 2, she also gains some strength. That strength she can stack up to 3 times, and it scales. I think it's 2 plus 0.5 per level. I think you just had your thing over it.
Yeah.
But when she hits the ability, she gains some strength.
Cool.
That's one of her plus ones. Then her one. So her one is like pretty iconic Bastet ability. She pounces in. While she's in, she gets some movement speed. So while you've got that paw on you, you have some increased movement speed. And then for 4 seconds, you can refire that ability.
Yeah.
And that will send you back to where you leapt from.
Your original location. Yeah. So pounce, get mobility.
Yes. You get some mobility, and you can jump back the entire time.
Yeah, and we do know the audio
there
is
is
not playing
audio
on the
missing.
jump back, but that was a bug in
aware.
today's playtest.
Yep.
I also can't lower the cooldown to this ability either, by the way. So it's just the one.
Oh no. Oh yeah, because I had to manually
It's fine.
do it. My bad.
But yeah, you pounce in, deal damage on landing, get some movement speed as well.
Yes. So you do damage, you get some movement speed, and you can refire to jump back. So you can get in, get out really quickly.
Yep.
She also just lets you move around to fight. So like if a fight's happening, you can kind of jump in the air, evade things.
Yep.
You don't necessarily jump in, jump out. You can just box and use it for like jumping over an ability.
Sure.
Then her 2 is pretty simple. It's just a cone that is it's a radial sweep, so it actually sweeps that distance.
Yeah. Okay.
And you can turn to make it hit more people.
Can't believe about it.
Oh wow, that's hitting further right for some reason. Thing, but I can fix that too.
Okay.
But so this cone basically just puts a bleed on the target she hits.
Yep.
It is a very simple ability. It is just damage.
Sure. Cone that bleeds.
Nothing else. Bleed, damage, very quick. You can turn it, hit more things. Then she's got her 3, which is a line skill shot. It throws a cat.
The cat.
Your cat runs out. It starts attacking.
And you said this is a very unique ability, right? This is like nothing else really works this way, where it's like the projectile is a bot kind of thing.
Just how the way it's set up, in SMITE 1, and we redid it in SMITE 2, is that this is actually it's not actually a projectile. This is just fully a pet. It just does a dash attack when you summon it. So But when you fire it, it runs forward. If it hits a target, it does a little AoE around them and roots everybody.
And deals more damage too. Because obviously, you throw it out, it'll run at a near target, deal auto attacks.
Yep.
But if you do connect...
But you hit it, if you hit the dash attack, you get extra damage, root. The cat will attack gods it's near. It'll also go and attack minions. So...
Yep.
Regular standard pet behavior.
Cool tricks with this I saw as well.
Yeah, it has
Will
2 pips
War
of
Run,
health.
which is kind of cool. You can aim around corners.
You can kind of slide it.
Yep.
But it does have 2 pips of health. Those pips are just regular if you hit them with god auto attacks.
Makes
or
sense.
every 5 hits from a minion.
Right, makes sense. Like an archer wave will hit 3 times, for example.
Yes. Big change in Smite 2 is your ultimate, which is fully new.
Yep.
It's sort of this is her 3rd ult rework, I guess.
I feel like this is an in-between of the previous ones.
Yes, so her first ult was just to summon 3 cats that slowed people they hit. They were body blockers.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they would backdoor for you, all kinds of things. You basically had them for 10 seconds. It was actually a kind of complicated ability because every time a pet died, you gained strength. Like, there's a lot going on there. The problem was, I guess we could go through just the problem why we felt we needed to remove that, which was it had very high skill variance. Good players could just immediately lock you down at level 1. You just couldn't move because they knew how to spawn it such that the cats would body block you perfectly. But also, it had quite a high chance for it to just not do anything because you could spawn in a fight and they would immediately die because they were health-based pets. Random things could build. Oh yeah, that's a +1.
I was waiting. Sorry.
But yeah, they jump with you. But yeah, so
now they're ethereal. You can't kill them. That means, but they slow.
Yes, this version I made them ghost cats. They can't body block you at all.
Okay.
They also can't attack towers. They can't tank towers.
Good.
So you can't just backdoor with them.
But they have all these new tricks.
Yes, they do have new tricks. Oh, you have cooldown sheets on. This is gonna look insane.
Okay. Go on. I don't know what I'm doing. Go on.
So, when you ult and you hit somebody with your 2, the cats do a dash attack now. All 3 of them will dash attack. Yep.
Oh,
but they have no cooldown because you have cooldown sheets on, so they're just firing it like 7 times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's not gonna
It's not gonna do 1,000 damage.
Right. Okay.
But they all dash attack and they put a slow on the target that they dash to.
Still come with me on 2. They'll jump in. On 2 there. They would jump. Oh, okay.
And you can swap their target by
dealing damage.
Hitting it's your 2. They follow your bleed target.
Okay.
So the first target you hit with your bleed is the one that they're gonna attack first.
Get him. Okay.
And every time you 2, while they're out, the cooldown on their dash will reset. So you can
really the cooldown resets.
And one thing that also, if they see a bleeding target when they spawn, they will immediately dash that target. So you can like 2 somebody ult, they'll immediately dash, and then you can get your 2 cooldown back and 2 again, and then they'll dash that target again.
Okay.
So generally you're probably gonna get like 2 uses of the dash out of this if you're playing it well.
The leap looks so good.
The leap was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't jump back either. They're just
What's fun about that is there's a bug I left because it just looked cool, which is when you spawn them, they're basically the cats have like a left, right, center.
They're coming.
Their leap crosses the left and right, which was not supposed to happen, but it looked cool, so I kept it.
Awesome.
But basically, the idea of this ult is it's a bit like a pet class in like an MMO where your pets themselves, like their auto attacks, are generally not going to do all that much damage.
No, but they are slowing. They are
18 here. No, the auto attacks do not slow.
Oh, they don't?
So,
okay.
Yeah, you can just walk around with the cats, and they're basically a small dot on you.
Gotcha. Okay.
But if you get hit with the 2 while those are out, it's going to do quite a bit of damage because you're not only taking the 2, you're also taking the dash damage. You've got a slow on you. She increases her strength for each one. So you've got a lot going on. It's basically a mix of a stim ult plus the pet ult.
Makes sense.
And lets her basically get a lot of damage out very quickly when she has her ult up. And because the cats follow you, you can do things like spawn them, jump over a wall with them, so you don't have to spawn them in the middle of the fight. that kind of thing.
That makes sense. So you can drop them here, for example, and jump over the wall here.
Yeah, if like Odin was over the wall.
I was very surprised one time. It's like, oh my god, the cats!
They just appeared.
Right? So they do not follow your leap back, though.
No, but they just come around the corner like that. Yeah, out of nowhere. Okay.
Also, yeah, they will dash whatever target they see that's bleeding.
It's just Bastet bleed, not dodgy bleed, or no
yes,
other.
It's just Bastet's bleed, and her vision range counts. So if you go like around a wall and to somebody else, they're going to try and get to the target you see. So
makes sense.
Peace, my
Get here, boys. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Awesome. So let's all look at Bastet.
Yep, that is her
Standard
base kit.
Base kit. Next up, I guess we're going to. I need to make sure this works. Gonna.
Oh, the cats can dash Fire Giant Gold Fury. They dash attack things that you hit. So they just can't attack towers.
Okay. Yeah, I think she's been fun in playtest. She seemed good, but it's always hard to tell exactly how good. So
yeah, I mean she's a jungler. Junglers can
Yeah.
Junglers are a little bit feast or famine. Often feast.
I need to quickly just restart this game so I can go into aspect.
Oh yeah, because I know why.
Okay.
You got your
I didn't know until I was like, oh, this isn't going to work. Okay. So now
There's
we're
a way
going to
to fix
switch over
that,
to the aspect version. So I guess you can tell us a little bit about what the aspect goals are. What's the idea behind this?
Goal of this aspect is support, really.
Okay.
She's supposed to be a very supporty character, but the type of support she is kind of, I guess she's like, I guess denial support.
Yeah.
Right. She
I described it earlier today jokingly as like a blue deck in Magic. Of like she's just gonna deny you from.
No.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a no deck, right?
Yeah.
No, you don't get to do
She's like,
it.
don't do that. Don't stop. We'll get in raid game and we'll see it.
But the idea is more, less damage, I guess, overall, but more focus on.
She does significantly less damage. Her 2 specifically has like half the scaling. So
Okay.
It's half the scaling and half the base damage, I think, actually. So the 2 is not doing a lot of damage. You probably don't want to play this if you're trying to play a damage Bastet.
Makes sense. But if you want to just be an annoyance, this is definitely the support to go to.
Yeah, there's like a chance I could see people playing this in solo, but they're probably maxing their 1, and they're not. It's not as easy to do.
Definitely makes some sense. Okay, we'll get in game momentarily. Bear with me on the loading screen. So real thing from this, obviously damage is kind of reduced and the focus is more on denial more than anything else.
Yes, it's more on stopping people from doing things in fights. Some CC. Well, we'll see.
Once we load it.
All of her abilities are changed in it technically a little bit. It's not like one of our aspects that are like
a new god.
Yeah, we're not. We didn't want to do like a full. You're playing something completely different with this one, but I did modify all of her abilities somewhat.
Okay, we should be able to go.
We're in.
Here we go.
Okay.
Well, the first thing I know is I just pounced and I've got cooldown.
Yes, Pounce cannot leap back.
What? We just nerfed it?
What a twist.
Okay, so Pounce is just an escape and engage tool?
Yes.
Okay.
So you deal. Pounce is basically an engage tool. It deals damage, but if you hit a god, you grant you and all allies within 8.8 meters of you a decent chunk of protections.
Okay.
8.8 meters is a really big AoE. That's like about
you can see on the ruler, right? Like 8.8.
Yes.
8.8 is all.
It's like about a hunter's auto attack damage range. So
okay.
If you hit a god, you are buffing your team probably.
Okay. So that's the 1. The 1 is now a jump that will reduce protections.
It increases protection.
Increases protections. My bad. My brain fried.
Yeah, increases yours and all allies around you, and it's a pretty significant prot buff. I think it's like 40 prots at max range and 20 at range, I want to say.
Okay.
And it's like a 6-second long buff that you just have. You don't get the move speed anymore because you can't do the leap back window, and that's when you get the move speed.
The 2.
The 2.
Next,
it is much less damage, but this is a disarm. So
it's a what arm?
It's a disarm.
Okay.
So the entire time people are bleeding, they will have a disarm on them when you hit them.
Nice.
This is also a fairly long duration disarm.
It is very long
in comparison to a lot of disarms
I was playing Atlas Aspect today, and I just couldn't throw my orb out for like a minute. It felt like it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously in the support role too against the carries, this is really useful.
Yeah, this is very good in lane
Reducing
when a
wave
fight's
clear,
happening. If you hit the
people.
carry,
Yep.
it does very little damage, but it is quite a bit of shutdown.
Quite a bit of nuisance. Yeah.
Her 3. Again, slight change here. This one's very slight change, but it is meaningful, which is her 3 doesn't root anymore. Instead, it stuns.
It's a stun? Okay.
Yes. You get a stun on the cat hitting the target instead of a root.
Okay.
It still does the rest of what it did, which is if it auto-attacks you, it slows. But obviously, stun is very meaningful. It's still a very small AoE, so it's going to be hard to hit multiple people with, but you can, technically.
If you go through the gap like me, there you go.
Yeah, you gotta. They have to be real close to get that stun. So
we've got a pounce in.
Pounce in. You've got
disarm,
stun people.
What did you do here?
Her ult.
What's this?
Will be familiar to people.
Yeah,
because
throwbacks.
Her ult is Huntress of Bast, which is you get a spirit cat that pulls people. You put them in a vortex.
There's a vortex?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know about that, but that was like...
That's my one.
Quicksand. If they needs this, the vortex doesn't spawn.
Right.
But if they make it to the location you fired from, the vortex will spawn. They after that. So this is a very long-range skill shot. We changed the effects here to make them look a bit better. Because it always was kind of weird that she was just firing a random, like, circle projectile that a cat appeared for.
Right.
So she actually spawns, like, a spirit cat projectile now. And the cat will take them to whatever location she was at when the projectile hit.
Right.
So when you're trying to leap away and that kind of thing, if the projectile hits while you're mid-leap, it'll bring it to that mid-leap. Also, this can go over walls.
Yeah, I'm trying to showcase because I know there's people in chat going, wait, can you do this and this and this? So
yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing with this ult is that if you hit within, like, I want to say it's 20.
Short range.
I want to say it's 2 meters.
Okay.
And I know we are updating the targeter.
Yeah, the targeter's still being updated. It doesn't do the grab attack. It just does a stun hit and
it's so
immediately spawns the vortex as opposed to like, the delayed spawn.
Gotcha. Interesting. Okay. That is cool. I have play tested this a little bit in games, and obviously it does feel like you are there to deny the other carry or be an aggressor for your carry, so it's definitely a Peely support. I think there'll be a lot of fun plays that you can see.
Yeah, I know
made
people,
out of this overall.
I know people. We definitely had some supports that are like very high damage or like they did % health damage or something. Bastet doesn't have any of that.
Sure.
She's still technically strength scaling, but her strength scaling is much lower on her aspect. So it's really, really heavily indexed on she's a very annoying teamfight character.
Really
that's going to stop you from doing what you want to do.
Awesome. Really good look at the aspect there. Excited to see this one come to the game too. Will PTS be up today? Do we know?
I believe it's up today, yes.
So you guys hopefully should be able to test this at home with all of it too. And now we can move on to, I guess we look through her skins and stuff too.
Yeah, we got to look at the Mastery, the Ascension Pass, which if you have the Ultimate Edition, you will just get when the patch goes live, assuming we set it up correctly. If not, we will fix it in an hour or two after we go live. The last like 2 patches we've screwed this up, so I'm hopeful. The person who actually like sets it up is on vacation this week too, so I'm like, I think he set it up before he left for vacation, but we'll
I believe we should be.
Well, let's have a little look in game at these.
Yeah.
First and foremost,
can we actually look at like normal Bastet first?
Yeah, her regular model from the front.
Yeah, just click on overview maybe.
I think that won't take you to it. You'd need to.
Yeah, well.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
My brain was just checking. There was nothing on that screen before I clicked that button and showcase stuff. But
there's just showing off the new model. I figured people would want to see it in its glory here.
Yeah, I love the new model. I think it looks really good.
Yeah. I think this was a Jason pet project, right? He was like,
I think so.
He was like, we need to update this model when we bring her into SMITE 2. I'm going to make sure that like I carve myself time out on the calendar to be able to do this.
We had to take a lot of extra time just to get this model in because it's a really significant one.
Yeah.
But I think it looks really, really good.
Cool. Thank you for the sidetrack.
No,
there.
no, sure. No problem, no problem. And here's a little look at the shadow variation as well,
Yeah, we
which I
got
think
the
looks
beady
great.
red eyes.
Yeah.
Yep. Obviously, you'll get the cat lady tracker. What's that? The number of times Bastet has had 4 cats with her at once. Okay.
Yep.
Makes sense. The Ascension Pass, clap. Alongside objectives destroyed, a god assists, gang up kills. The number of god Bastet has killed with 3 seconds of using pounce on them. Okay.
Yep.
Then there's the Onyx variation. That's
Classic.
Good. I like that.
Yeah, this one looks pretty good.
That looks really clean. There's also the Opal variation too.
I like the opal. I always like the opal.
My favorite's the Radiant for Bastet.
Then we have the Hiss. Okay. It's got audio too. Okay.
Oh, that is a new thing that we've added in this this update. The when you're previewing global emotes,
Yep.
it will play the sound effects the first time you look at it.
Nice, so you know what's going on with it.
Yeah.
Cool.
And as you see, we do have a
Yeah.
placeholder image down at the bottom, which will be updated. So
Of course.
Why is that a placeholder? It's fine. It's fine. Okay, next up is the wave
clicked it
emote
so
with the
many
cat in the
times.
background. I clicked it once. That's the thing. Here's the wave emote.
yeah.
You'll also get the cat lady title alongside god kills, the badge for legendary. Then you'll also have the radiant version too. Yeah, that
I
is
like
nice.
her Radiant
That's
a
nice.
lot.
That does look really good. Both look really good in that. You'll also get the must love cats. It's coming along. There looks actually pretty final to me.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
eyes
I think
looking
this
around.
I'm so
Yeah.
used to seeing the Aphrodite
Yeah.
one. We've got a placeholder there, and of course you'll get diamonds for that too.
Yep.
Something to note is all her mastery skins.
Yeah.
Her cats do get updated.
Oh,
in them.
nice.
So
Okay, cool.
Her
The cats will reflect.
3 cat, I believe, it gets a full material treatment.
I do see something up here.
Yeah,
as
I
well,
think this is a
Phil.
great time to talk about it. So we're going to be doing a new event starting in this update, and it's going to come in all the updates that follow this.
Hell yeah.
As long as people like it. If people hate it, we'll stop doing it, right?
Sure.
Yep.
But we're introducing this new thing called Race to Radiant, where if you reach Mastery Rank 10 by basically the first 2 weeks of the patch, right, during the initial patch release, you will get a special thing. So
Okay.
the first 50 players will have their Mastery emblem be special colored.
Right.
And always kind of show that off. If you're in the first 100, you will receive a special badge. And if you're in the first 200, you will receive a special tracker that shows your number. So if you were the very first person, that will show. If you're, number 102 or whatever, it will show.
Yeah.
So
So top 200 will get the rank. Top 100 will get the rank and the badge.
Yep.
And then top 50 will get the rank, the badge, and the mastery display.
yep.
The mastery badge also it
Neat.
affects your in-game mastery emote too. So that emblem does become the new
Really?
orangey,
Okay, interesting. Interesting. That's
special
cool.
looking one.
Yep. So
Nice, I'll look at those, yeah.
yeah. So it's a fun event that.
Yeah, it's been brought up a couple of times of like events or ideas around that. So trying to lean into that in game is useful.
Yeah.
for sure.
Shout out to India and
India.
Emma and
Doing amazing work on it.
I think Charlie worked on it a little bit, but mostly I think this was India and Emma that pulled this together. And then shout out to I'm blanking on his name. There's been a community member that has run some kind of community Race to Radiant stuff.
Was it Sonic's?
I think it might have been Young
Yeah,
Sonics.
yeah,
He reached out to
Sonics.
me about that.
So just wanted to shout out the stuff that he's done in the past. We always appreciate the community filling in where we haven't gotten something done yet.
100%.
Not trying to step on his toes or anything with this. Just, we used to do Race to Diamond stuff in Smite 1, and we're excited to bring it back with a system that's kind of repeatable for us so that we can do it in the future here. So, apparently Mujtaba won the last race that Young Sonics ran. So I'm shouting him out too because he's in chat.
I mean, he said it. Doesn't mean he won it. That's.
Well, he says that at least.
You know what I mean? Like he could.
Yeah,
say,
anybody
"I
could
won,
have said
it
they
was
won,
me."
and you just shout them out.
Is this for new characters only, or does it backtrap? This is only going to be for new
unfortunately
characters,
for new characters only.
as we release them.
It would be nice to be able to go back, but at the moment we're not able
Yeah.
to. So, next up, another aspect or skins. Which do you prefer?
Yes. Let's do the skins first, and then we'll come back
Cool.
to.
I was gonna say, 'cause I gotta go
Maybe we'll
engage.
end on the Alice
That
aspect
works.
stuff. We do have more skins here that are part of our Dawn of the Dark Star Empire event. We have 2 new skins coming in this update. One of which is a classic skin, which has been updated.
Yep.
Which is Fire Lord Neja. So this was one of the most popular Neja skins. People really liked the vibe of this one a lot.
Yeah.
And we've updated it for Smite 2 here. So, it's a good looking skin. It's got 3 prisms that come with it. I think the prisms turned out pretty well here.
So you get the Fire Lord, Najjar as part of the Traveler. Then you'll get with
Emerald Spear.
your marketing coin, your market coins. You'll get your emerald spear, in the green. There's also cherry blossom.
Yeah.
For that pink.
Like the pink, yeah.
And then there's also cursed flame.
Yeah, I think this one's the cool one, I would say. I would probably use this one the most, but that's just my personal take on them. So everybody has their own favorite.
Additionally, you'll get the battle banners and also the Fire Lord title as well.
Yeah.
There's a little look at all those that'll be in game as of next patch.
Yep. And then we have one more skin in this update, which is for Mulan. Mulan. This was a special project from the art team that they believe passionately in, and we have brought it into reality. The idea was a somewhat comedic take on the cow Mulan thing that's been going on as a community meme for a while.
Her name's Mulan. Mulan is what a cow says, so we did a skit.
Yes.
Okay.
The effects are pretty awesome. They're very milky.
Farmish. Okay.
Yeah.
Milky. Milky?
They're milky. Yes, they are very milky.
I'm not sure. Do I go into game to show this one off?
We can, if you want to. We got time.
We'll do it after Atlas, I guess.
And I think these are themed after kind of different flavors of milk, too. So we got like strawberry milk here.
Yep, there is strawberry Mulan.
Yeah.
I like the little bottles on the side, too. Strawberry Mulan. Then
Yeah.
we've got shockingly chocolate.
Yeah.
What's this last one?
I don't remember what the last one is. I'm sorry. Gold ribbon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that like a brand of milk? Is that what
I
it
guess
is?
in the
I think
Mulan universe,
Cool.
maybe it is.
I like how she's wielding a branding stamp too. I will say that.
Yeah, and that's just like her basic sword. Like that's what she's attacking with in the game.
Yeah, it's the cattle prod.
And I believe each one of these has its own like flag with like the different flavor of milk logo on it.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, the art team had a lot of fun with this one.
So there is a Mulan on this pack. Oh, can I slide? Sorry.
Pentakill! 5 straight! Blue ribbon performance! Godlike! Utterly unstoppable!
Kill me. Utterly unstoppable. And then there'll also be a spilled milk jump stamp as well.
Yep.
Moo milk, 100% fresh, full cream.
Yeah.
There you go.
And if you want to jump in to look at one of these, we can. We don't necessarily have to do it this second, but we can. We do also have there was one other skin thing in this update, just to talk about real quick.
Go for it.
There is a new featured bundle. We've been kind of doing these featured bundles to pull together some of the older prisms that predated the Traveler system and give you a more cost-efficient way to buy them. And this one will be for Apollo Bit Blaster. So I think it's under store special.
Looking. I see it. There we go.
Yep.
But
So it will have the skin, all of the prisms, and then a new kind of animated badge for each of the prisms, I believe, is the way that works. And it'll be discounted if you own any of the parts of it. So a more cost-effective way to get these if you want them. So just another thing.
Awesome.
Sweet. Do you want to talk some of the balance stuff? I know. So we're going to do full balance on Friday.
Yeah.
We aren't going to go into absolutely everything, but there are kind of 3 bigger things that are part of this update that we wanted to just touch on here so that when people play them in PTS, they understand what they're in for, and also just because they are kind of bigger parts of this patch in changing the way that you will play the game. So where do you want to start?
Any of them, I guess. Which one do you have listed first?
I have plating and dampening listed first.
Sure, we can talk plating and dampening.
Okay.
So plating and dampening is we're rethinking our approach to the stat in general. A lot of all the plating and dampening items currently, I think, got touched, but then also plating and dampening got moved to other items as well. So basically, the overall thought on plating and dampening right now is when you have like really high plating and dampening on an item, adding prots to it basically double dips in a very, very scary way. So the way we're addressing that is kind of moving plating and dampening through a bunch of items. So you're going to see less like, here's an item that gives you 20 plating or 20 dampening, and more, here's an item that gives you 5 plating and like 30 prots.
Okay, so it's going to be more of a secondary stat. It's
kind of a secondary stat that you can build while you're building tank items. And so you can build up your plating or dampening stat if you want to, but you're mostly building the prots and health still.
Yeah.
So
which will help deal with, yellow numbers that they didn't address previously, that will, just like items that scale off of protections or health or whatever, these fit more into those builds now.
Yes. And to be clear, I don't think we touched any. I don't think we lowered any prots.
I don't think so. So
I'm pretty sure all of the items are. We moved like 5 plating onto items that were less bought or we thought they could function well on. We lowered plating and dampening on the current items that have plating and dampening and added prots to them. So like, I think one item we like moved. I think we moved plate or. I'm not sure if it's plating or dampening, but I know we added 5 to like Phoenix Shield is one of them. And then I think like Leviathan's Hide.
Yeah, so I have the actual change to Leviathan's Hide here. I have 2 of them here.
Yeah, you can just go through that one specifically.
So Leviathan's Hide was 15 plating, 300 max health. Now it is 5 plating, 300 max health, 35 protections. So you're trading 10 plating for 35 protections there.
Yeah.
I have one more example, which is Mantle of Discord, which was 15 dampening, 15 cooldown, 15 tenacity, will now be 35 physical protections, 35 magical protections, 10 tenacity. When the passive is procced, gain 15 dampening for 5 seconds.
Yes.
So a conditional dampening effect, but losing the cooldown entirely.
Yeah. So there's a lot of changes through the items. You're kind of just gonna want to go through all of them, I guess. But there was a lot of changes to just how plating and dampening works. We wanted to take plating and dampening down on most items, spread it through a bunch of different items, and add prots to those items so that they're more attractive to buy. Because we think the reason people didn't want to buy plating and dampening is because you're only able to mitigate one of those 2 types. And when you're not getting prots with it, it doesn't feel as good. So people would rather buy like mitigation items or prot items than touch on something that's specifically targeted to like a thing they want to counter. So it's more of a, hey, we're spreading this out through items. You're going to get tankier versus the thing that you're building towards, but you're still getting protections from other things as well. So.
Yeah. And somebody's asking, are the actual mechanics of plating and dampening still the same?
Yes.
Yes. So they still are basically mitigations versus a type of damage, whether it is attacks or abilities. But now they're just kind of layered on as a secondary stat versus being the only thing you're getting out of an item.
Yep.
So we'll see how that plays out. Obviously, with this first iteration of them as well, we'll also make adjustments as needed if something's too strong or too weak.
Yep.
As always, what else would you to go over? I'll show the cow skin real quick. If you want.
We'll look at the cow skin and then we'll come back to
Then
it.
go back
Okay.
in between.
So this is the chocolate variation. And as you can see, the standard one, just so you know, the milk is white. As you can see here, it's chocolate. Then
and Kellen loves the sound effects on this. They actually re-record. So
that's cool.
They re-recorded like a lot of the sound effects to be like banjo and like sounding more like a farm version of the same jingles.
Yep.
Yeah, like you hear that? It's the same jingle, but it's with a banjo. And at first I was like, this sounds different. What's going on? And he's like, I did it with the banjo. I was like, Kellen, this is amazing.
And then the flag.
Yeah, so you got the
you got chocolate milk flag.
100% full.
Yeah, each prism has a different flag for the type of milk. So
But just a little look at that one. I'm not going to go into every single one of them, but there's the chocolate version.
Yeah, they're pretty great. It's pretty fun. It's kind of like, you know, I think it's actually like pretty amusing. You know, it's not just it's not just like an attractive skin. I think it also is quite amusing.
For me, it's a better version of the Doge skin. That's my take. I think Doge was just too late. I think this Mulan skin is fine for what it is.
Cool. Do you want to talk about double stacking? Is the next thing on the list.
Okay. So this is just a build that we're sort of targeting. It's kind of been a thing forever, but since we have hybrid builders now, even in Smite 1, when hybrid builders existed, this was a problematic build, which is when you have Thoth Book of Thoth and Transcendence as 2 items, right? And they're both evolution items. They both give like 500 mana or 600 mana. Basically, these 2 together synergize so ridiculously well that you get really, really, really high power amounts. So the change we're making to these is basically to separate we're basically making the mana its own effect. Mm-hmm. So when you're stacking these items, you get like previously when you got a stack, it would say each stack gives you 10 mana, right? Instead, now it's when you would get a stack, you gain 1 evolution stack and 1 stack of a specific effect, which I forget what we're calling it.
I think it's a mana charge, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it might be mana charge. So you get evolution and a mana charge stack. Those mana charge stacks are capped.
Okay.
And they are shared between both Transcendence and Book of Thoth now. So both these items bought together can only stack mana charge up to... So let's say it's 10 mana for 50 stacks. You can get 500 mana between both the items. If you build them at the same time, you'll be able to stack mana charge doubly as fast, but you're not going to get 1,000 mana, you're going to get 500, right? And the evolution stacks are kept separate so that you don't get a situation where this is actually a buff because now when I buy the item, I'm instantly evolved, right? So each item has an evolution stack independent, and they're also giving you mana charge, right? So...
Okay, so for the most part, just from my base understanding, Transcendence and Book of Thoth, if you build them together, you're not going to get double benefits from these anymore. That's really the baseline, right?
Yes, that's basically how it works. They don't share the mana proc anymore, but they're about the same effectiveness as they were if you buy them single item. So if you were playing like a mage that bought Book of Thoth and you liked that build, that power isn't changing at all.
Yeah.
It's staying the exact same. This
specifically just doesn't let you double dip on getting the free mana stacks, and getting so much free mana was causing the passives to give you a ton of free stats. And so you're still going to get the free, int per mana and the free strength per mana, like that you get from the items. It's just you won't get as much total mana if you buy both of them together.
They are also still synergistic. Like the evolution of Book of Thoth still gives you 200 mana when it evolves. Yeah. That's not touched. It's specifically the stacking component of it. So there's still a strong pair, but they don't give you double the mana stacking up to like 1,000 mana, right?
Yeah, sure.
And there's people saying there's no point in getting both. There is still a point in getting both if you want both intelligence and strength. It's just not going to be, and it would still be an effective, like a cost-effective item.
Yeah.
That would actually be like kind of a quicker second power spike, because the first one would already be stacked up in terms of mana to some extent. Excuse me. But it's not going to give you just so many free
It's just
stats.
less effective than it was before. It's still potentially buildable. Yeah.
And I believe Flareboot's correct in the chat right now, which is it's Transcendence, I believe, lost 150 base mana, but it now is 10 mana per stack instead of 7. So you're losing total 650 if you bought both together.
Okay.
So...
I understand.
Sweet. And then Blinking Abyss.
Yes.
Blinking
Abyss is also getting a nerf.
Another problem.
So we did just touch that in terms of cooldown, but it looks like we're going a step further this time round. It just wasn't enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, A, I think it's not enough. B, so there's a few things about Blinking Abyss that I feel, and I made this change, which is...
I feel it's annoying.
Yeah. First, I think... backliners are building it really early because it's not enough of a sacrifice. You're still gaining... The 6% stat from items is still good. It's still very cheap. You get extra damage from it if you get your blink in, and that damage is actually a pretty high proc.
Yep. Sure.
And it's a pretty low cooldown, and then you've got the safety for later in the game when you want to blink out. It's it's still regular blink cooldown.
Right.
So, changes I'm making to this are the damage I'm taking down. So before, I think it was 150 plus 30% of your
strength
and
intelligence. Yeah.
I moved it down to like 25 plus 10%. So it is way lower as a damage source.
Yeah. So that's, once again, that's 150 plus 30% of strength and int down to 25 plus 10% of strength.
Oh, is that right? I actually got the number.
You got it exactly.
I can show you on screen right now. There you go.
So yeah. Okay. So yeah, we're bringing it down there. It also lost 1% of its stats from items. I also increased the cost. It's 2,600 now.
Yeah, so it's an extra 100 gold.
Yes, it's an extra 100 gold. It used to be 25. Also, the teleport, its cooldown on Blinking Abyss is now 200 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I did not change regular blink. Regular blink is still 170.
Right.
Blinking Abyss is now 200. And we increased the amount of cooldown you get if you hit the damage portion of this. So I didn't necessarily want to punish people that were using aggressive blinks in fights, like trying to get in or attack people. I think where we see it as a problem is that all blackliners are getting it and using it as a safety tool immediately. So if you use it and you don't go into the fight and you use it to escape, it's going to be a 200-second cooldown.
So cost up, cooldown up.
Yes.
Base stats down.
Yes. So we
damage down.
Yes. It is mostly a nerf, but essentially, if you use this aggressively and you hit your blink, it's the same cooldown it was before.
Right.
Which was, you used to get 35 seconds off, now you get 65.
So you're really playing into
but the cooldown is increased 30 seconds.
Don't be defensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
So currently, basically, if you're using it aggressively, it's going to be about the same cooldown, just nerfed in stats and cost.
Makes sense.
If you're using it defensively, it's nerfed all the way through. You are getting a way higher CD and just less from it.
Yeah.
And we have, we've nerfed a lot of parts of this. If it continues to be an issue, we will look at it again. But we feel like this should bring it into a much healthier spot for, people that, there are some gods that make good use of this, that kind of want this kind of effect. But when everyone's buying it, it's too much.
Yeah.
So.
And to be clear on like why we wanted to nerf the damage portion is because there are a lot of like very high abuse cases with this. I think Kali is one that is still doing it. And I know she has like really high scaling outside of that.
Sure.
But she also is a character that can blink in, stun you, get the hit, then get the poly and Hydra's proc, then get her 2 on you. And it's just an extra like way higher base and scaling on everything she just did to you instantly. So we do there. I think there's a few characters that are able to take advantage of that really well, and it is a very high damage proc when it happens.
Yeah.
So we wanted to take that down too, just because this should be used to reposition quite a bit. I think it's fine if you're in a fight, you're repositioning aggressively and getting people. It's just we wanted to take down how effective it was at that.
At that, but also on the defensive side of if you're going to use it for escape the whole time, then you shouldn't be having it up as often.
Yeah, and it should probably be a disadvantageous item to have if you're blinking away from fights.
Makes sense.
So it's still good,
blink.
But if you're using it to get away, it probably should not be an item that's like as efficient as any other item. So,
a couple bug fixes, and then we can look at Atlas.
Mm-hmm.
There were quite a few bug fixes for Horus. I don't have the exact list, but I was told there are quite a few bug fixes for Horus in this update. So,
yes.
We have fixed. We have a proposed attempted fix for Leather Hunter's Cowl sometimes losing adaptive stats.
Yes, and a few people in chat.
So that should be fixed in this update. We are 99% sure that is fixed.
Cool.
We have a fix to make sure that your own camera settings are used when you are death spectating another player. We have, as I mentioned already, demoing the global emotes. Now we'll play the sound effects. We fixed some trackers around the knockups daily quest tracking, the diamond god count showing for other players, and some UI elements not working properly in loadout. There's some other stuff too, but that's just a couple quick things that mentioning for the show today.
Yeah, don't have the full list of Horus ones for people asking in chat. We'll make sure we have them for Friday. I'll be well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Go on, Caps. What were you going to say? Sorry.
Oh no, I was just going to say there are definitely more bug fixes. Those are just
highlights
big
of
ones that
today.
We have, so.
A quick recap. Atlas aspect. You want to move on to that next?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sound good?
Let's talk Atlas.
So overall, Atlas aspect came to the game, Caps, went away from the game, and now we're back again.
Yes, he's back
with an updated variation.
So we didn't really want to fully change the play style of this aspect. We think there is like fun to be had here.
The players were having fun when they got to play as this.
Yes,
was
there,
the big feedback.
and not just because it was very strong. In fact, data says that it got very weak as the game went on. But we agree. Early lane, it was extremely frustrating.
Considering you play the early game every game, I can see why the frustration rose.
Every change here is focused on making lane less oppressive.
Okay,
and I will say, as a character who his whole thing is like, I am a ranged kind of poke character, there's always going to be some level of annoyance in lane when you're playing against a poke character when you are not a ranged character.
For
right?
sure.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way a MOBA works. But this should make it feel a lot better in many, many ways.
So biggest, go up. What are you saying?
Yeah, the first 3 things you're going to notice, just throw out your 1.
My auto round.
Yes. So that is much smaller, right?
It's smaller. It's so
it's
cute.
a tiny mini little explosion.
Yeah, it is 50% of the radius. That
It
was
is
previously.
also much slower, that toss, when you're throwing it. It is very obvious. It's coming at you. You can see it. You can dodge it.
Yes.
Very small.
Yep.
It is now, I believe, it is the slowest in-hand projectile in the game. It's slower than Geb. It's slower than, anything else that you throw out as an attack.
It still technically blows up in that area, but it's a way smaller area. It's not going to affect you nearly as much.
So the one still repositions it.
Yes, the one still repositions it, but it's a bit higher cooldown. So
not as spammy.
Before, it was extreme fast cooldown.
I think it was like 2 seconds.
Now I think it's at like 6.
Yeah.
So it's according to what I've got here.
Yeah. So, way less times that he's going to be able to throw it at you, especially if he's playing like ranged. If you're playing a Bruiser Atlas, you're probably going to be able to pick this up and throw it a lot more, obviously. But it's slower, way smaller area. The 2 is still the same size, I believe, when you do while the astrolabe is out. I couldn't think of the word astrolabe that it was killing. So that's still the same size, but the rest of it is very small. So part of the reason that we wanted to do this, we did just change the size, and it became still annoying, just smaller, right? So we had to do a bit more changes when it came to making sure that you can see this projectile coming, you can dodge it, especially if you have like any kind of mobility or movement speed increase, you can kind of make your way out of it, unless he's in close and fighting you. We still do expect, like, in solo lane, he'll still be tossing it a lot at people if he's playing that role.
Yeah.
But I think in mid, he is much less of a problem than he was before.
Definitely have to hit your abilities a lot more accurately than what it was before, so you can really feel the difference of connecting. I will say, like, if people feel that this is weak at the start, I do expect we may look into it again, but it had to come down in size.
Yeah.
Just to make it feel better.
Yeah, basically, if that thing needed to be dropped quite a bit to not just be covering the lane most of the time and most of the game and be able to just move it around. Also, you had things like if you were able to lifesteal multiple targets off of it, and it was a huge area that was caused like team fights, you could just lifesteal a ridiculous amount. So all the changes are basically forced into making the lane easier to lane against. We don't really think he's that much of a problem late game, even like in his regular kit.
Some of it will also come with time as well as players still get used to it, because I think that was part of it, of him being a new thing, being very impressive in lane, but then realizing in team fights you can kind of play around it.
Yeah.
So,
but everything else is intact. You still get your knockback if you're close. You can still do your knockback off the wall. You still can run in, grab your thing, throw it again immediately. Shoulder check still intact. 2 still brings it the same distance to you.
Yep.
It's almost entirely just based off of size of that astrolabe. I think we did do a little bit of a damage nerf on the actual toss as well.
Gotcha.
Because the toss was actually pretty high damage.
But this should be available once again, I guess, on PTS and available next week.
Yes, this should be on PTS when we put it out today, and we are going to be putting it out with the patch. So.
Neat. Awesome. So that's a look at Aspect Atlas as well.
Yep.
That's a lot of stuff. It's 150. We've been going on the whole time.
A lot of stuff. It's another busy 2 weeks here at Titanforge. We had we looked at Bastet. We looked at her Aspect with Big Cat, kind of supporty, a very different kit. Very cool. We looked at her Ascension Pass. We looked at the Race to Radiant. We looked at Firelord Neja, Mulan, the Apollo Bit Blaster feature bundle, the Atlas Aspect update. We talked about plating and dampening changes. We talked about the change to double stacking of Book of Thoth and Transcendence. We talked about the change to Blinking Abyss. We talked about a bunch of bug fixes and updates. I think it's a pretty solid little update here for 2 weeks. Yeah. So a lot of good stuff coming.
Ton of stuff coming.
And there's a lot of balance to talk about too, because not only just the plating and dampening changes, there's also just more.
Gotcha. So. Is there any insight we get on that at all, other than just more? It's fine if not, but so plating and dampening's getting changed, blink's been changed, but
I guess I could go over one of the things we're targeting, and I guess we can talk about that on Friday, like the full change. Because if I go through everything,
we go through today.
We're not going to have anything to say. But one thing we're targeting is the really high cooldown, like Locket Afro build, Heartwood Charm.
Sure.
And Guan build. Where we are definitely targeting that kind of build specifically,
right?
And Breastplate of Valor on healers.
And that's really just regarding the resets, I guess, of like being able to cast multiple abilities.
Yeah. So
really?
it's where I'm that item. I guess the big spoiler: Heartwood Charm is getting like a full rework.
Right.
People will be able to see it on PTS if they go look anyway. So that's just a totally different item now. But yeah. So and there are also changes to other things in that build, like Breastplate of Valor. So.
Okay, interesting. Cool.
And we will have Chronos on for PTS, I believe, but not the aspect, just base Chronos.
Yes, I believe it's just base Chronos is going on too.
And there's still some, work in progress on the effects in the model and yada yada yada. But he's pretty far along. He should feel pretty Chronos-y. He might be a little bit strong in the version for today's playtest.
Chronos just always gets strong as the game goes on, right?
I don't think he has tooltips in PTS.
That's part of the fun.
So you're gonna have to
enjoy the adventure, Chad. That's the big thing there.
Yeah,
enjoy the fun of finding out what's going on.
I guess the only thing I can give you as far as +1s is you get a lot of infinite stacking.
That's
when
good.
you're
what a great +1.
You can try and figure out what exactly is happening, but your 2 and your 3 have infinite stacking components. There you go.
So he'll be available as well. That's crazy.
And
so
people are asking
PTS stuff then.
What's that?
So I was going to say a lot of PTS stuff. Bastet, Atlas, and Chronos to play around.
People are talking about other, buffs and nerfs and stuff. Full balance we'll talk about on Friday. We always talk about full balance on Friday. We just kind of gave some highlights of the bigger kind of systems level changes that we felt like affected more of the game. But there are some individual things.
Plating and dampening item changes. We're going to see blink changes. We're also going to see more balance discussion come Friday too. So exciting. We can take a couple of questions for a bit though. We've got a couple of minutes here. Specifically, anything to do with Bastet would be useful.
If you have questions on Bastet or on, I don't want to talk any more item stuff. That's all. We'll talk about Friday. So
save it for Friday.
There are some people who are feeling that the Atlas aspect is dead now. I think that we need to kind of see how it goes. I think that the general feeling from players was that it felt so oppressive in its previous version that we're more, if this release is a little bit undertuned, we can go back and look at it more. And we would rather that this release is maybe a little bit undertuned than overtuned, given the feedback to how it was. Yes, it may be a little bit weak. It will certainly be weaker than it was before, but that's kind of the intent here, given the strong community feedback previously. And again, we are willing to go back and continue to adjust things and buff it if it needs to be, but we didn't want to come back out with something that felt oppressive again. So. Now it can be buffed accordingly. That's correct.
Bastet aspect does not change its passive currently. The copy at the starting location, I can look into that if it's missing.
Are the race rewards unlocked automatically? The race to Radiant?
Yeah, so those won't be unlocked until the end of there's a time on it.
Okay.
And basically, it's like at the end of the event, everybody will get their rewards. So
nice.
Every, I believe it just is probably at patch time, like with the next patch, it will all go out. So, but basically, we have to like run a script to actually unlock everything.
So it'll probably be the update after the initial race. Okay.
There's a date on the page though.
Cool.
2 Bastet questions. One is, can you cancel it early? Yes, you can. And second, somebody said the Flareboot was asking about the lifesteal bonus. The way Bastet worked in Smite 1, we copied it for Smite 2. The tooltip is like technically accurate, but it's hard to phrase exactly what it's doing, which is it's not giving you lifesteal as a stat. It is giving you lifesteal when you hit based on like what target you're hitting.
Okay.
So it's bonus lifesteal in that when you hit them, you are getting lifesteal amount, but it's not technically the stat, if that makes sense. So you're not stacking the stat on yourself. You are getting basically healing back based on your damage as if it was lifesteal.
Have we mentioned icons for the new items yet? We are still working through them. The person who would be working on those icons is working on the Bastet icon update right now. And then once that's done, he's back on new item icons. We're hoping maybe we get 1 or 2 this update, but we're getting them in as we have time to work through them.
Yes, that means it doesn't affect Barbed Carver. Somebody was asking about Bastet passive. I realized I should probably say that I'm talking about
what's
Bastet
her
passive.
aspect's name? We didn't
I
say.
believe it was Watchful. I made this a while ago. I think it's aspect of the Watchful Pride. I want to say.
It wasn't on in...
I know it was something
That's why I was like, I
supporty.
don't even know what it's called.
I know it was something. I called it something supporty, but I don't fully remember.
Okay.
It was a while ago that I made this name. My bad. I probably should know that.
How can we get older Twitch drop skins? We have yet to decide what we're going to do with those, but they will be available at some point. They may come back as other Twitch drops. It may be, they may be available in game. The pitch of just make them available in weeks without Twitch drops, I don't think we actually want to do that, because what we found is that like there is benefit to having some level of always on Twitch drops, which is why we have the market coins.
Yeah.
But if it's just there's a skin every week, it kind of becomes like burnout, and we would rather do, hey, there's a big moment, once a month or so where everybody should watch and get the skin.
Aspect of knocking things off shelves.
What scaling type is she? She is strength. Are TTK adjustments planned in the near future? I think we went over what we're doing, which is this patch is plating dampening, which will be some TTK because of that.
Yep.
Next patch, I believe, was base stat updates plus penetration.
I believe that's
correct.
correct.
And then the patch after that, we are looking at bruiser items, specifically int bruisers.
Yeah.
And
Echo was the other,
Echo.
yeah.
And
I didn't say the other thing because I was like, you were like, we might get to it, we might not. So I was like, I'm not going to mention that. If we do, it'll be fun. So.
We're through these 3 patches, we are going to be touching things that all deal with TTK in some way.
And for context for those, are 6 weeks, like across 6 weeks, including this one.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is we say something and they're like, oh, so it's next week, but it takes a while to get through.
Yeah, it takes a while. It's
So
also just
plating this one, base stats and pan next one.
Yes, that's the plan currently. Is plating dampening is the first pass.
Cool.
Then penetration and base stats.
Yeah.
Specifically, just we think some base stats are too high for what they
Which is
should
fair.
be. So
Yeah. Neat.
Let's see.
I'm generally just sat here. And
Yeah, sorry.
for
I'm
a good
trying
question
to
as well,
read.
'cause
do
there's
you
a few-
read
expect
questions.
200 players to reach Radiant on day 3?
I would not expect so.
Maybe not. I don't think so.
Most characters, I would say that based on our past, metrics, like there are some gods that would not have had 200 people reach Radiant in the first 2 weeks, right? Because Radiant is quite a lot of
Sure, it's
games
a lot,
played
right.
in 2
Yeah.
weeks, right? There's other ones that would have, a lot more than 200 gods reach Radiant in the first 2 weeks. So I think like depending on how popular the god is, it's going to be more or less difficult to, get rewards from the Race to Radiant. I'm curious to see how having this in-game affects the number of people that try and get it. I think one thing that's worth mentioning is that we definitely don't expect, there are some people who are like, I'm going to do it for every god. We definitely don't expect that for most people. Like, I think it's like if a god comes out that you personally are
super
really
hyped
excited
for.
about,
Yeah.
it gives you something to like grind for on that god in particular.
I think this one as well would give a good insight in a weird way
Yeah.
of like how long it does take for the rewards to go out, because we'll see him go, hey, just so you know, the top 200, it took 2 weeks, or it took 7 days,
Yep.
We'll keep it on there. Well, it is 2:00, so I guess it is time for
One more question.
Good job, Caps. On
Thanks.
it today.
Yep.
I've remembered the past 3.
That's fair. That's fair. It was just instant that time. It was just in.
Let's see.
I I hate the one more question phase because I end up trying to find one that's like really good. I'm like, I like look at all of it. I'm like, no, I want to answer something cooler.
Yeah.
Then,
I'm gonna answer 2 real quick.
Do it.
First one, I'm just gonna say this person says Atlas can't even clear a camp. How do you expect people to play this? So you can clear camps. I have done it. I have done it in every playtest for over a week because I've been playing him a lot recently. You just have to like throw the ball back and forth across the walls and pick it up. Like if you throw it out of the ring of the jungle camp, then yeah, you're gonna have a bad time and you're not gonna be able to clear it. But like it is definitely doable. I do think that like depending on what role you're playing him in, you might want to get Sunder, like and just have that early clear to be able to get done more quickly. But yeah, like gods should have pros and cons, right? One of the pros of Atlas, even with this nerfed version, is that he's quite good at poking, right? Mm-hmm. You've played against me a lot this week. It can still be quite good at poking. It can still be quite annoying in lane. It's not, I don't think it's hugely powerful, to be transparent, but like it's okay for things to be pros and cons and have strengths and weaknesses at different parts of the game. And it is possible to clear a jungle camp. The other thing that I was going to mention is where was this? It was just like, content creators agree that we need something new and refreshing. What are our thoughts on this? So I talked about this a little bit, like last week or maybe early this week. I don't remember sometime. But basically, like we are putting out 2 things. First part is that like every 2 weeks we are putting out a lot of new exciting content for people to play with, right? We are putting out a new god with +1 changes. We're putting out a new aspect. We're putting out some level of new items and balance and changes to what we're doing. And unless you are like a person who plays this game professionally, who is like, I need to create content about it every day. Like there is a lot of content that's coming out every day or every 2 weeks. And like statistically, we don't think that we're releasing content too slow for players to consume. If anything, things are going faster than most players can keep up with right now. The second thing is like trying to hold for some bigger, splashier marketing bead of new content stuff is just not the place that we are in right now. People hate it when I say it. I say it all the damn time. SMITE 2 is still a beta. We still feel like we have a lot of work to do to make the game better. And our current development strategy is we want to come out with kind of as much content as we can every 2 weeks to make the game consistently better. And step by step, the game gets better and better and better. And if people step away for a couple months and they come back, they're like, oh my God, there's so much new stuff. And this game is so much better than the last time I played. And we want it to feel like that every time somebody comes back, they're like, man, this game just keeps getting better and better and better. And if we turned our focus to instead be like, oh no, people feel like we need, some new splashy feature, like that could take us away from our mission of like, let's make the game better every 2 weeks. Let's put in the stuff that we know we need. And I just don't think that that's the place that we're in right now. At some point, things will change. And we will want to start doing more marketing-focused things and more like, we can make a big beat out of this and yada, yada, yada. But I just don't think we're there yet as a game with all the things that we know we need to do. So that's my spiel on that. And I will be quiet and let you guys answer 2 quick ones so we can get out of here.
I would say also we are like, there are like long-term things we've looked at in the background. It's we're not like planning specific marketing beats, but like there's things that it's just they've been happening in the background and we're trying to get them done when we can. So, I had a question, but then I lost it off of that. I had something I was going to answer. I don't remember now. I remember it had something to do with Bastet, but I don't remember what it was.
I've been just taking down bug fixes that I've come across, like reports. So I've not actually found anything in here that I want to respond to.
Somebody asked if you got a haircut.
No, I just shaved different for a change. Okay. I was like, I'm kind of sick of the goatee and grow it out. So I'm like, okay, grow a beard for a bit. See how it goes. That's my question. Good job. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's what I was trying to help.
Perfect.
I think there was something about, I guess, so kind of random, but somebody was asking if we have like data on most popular skins in Smite 1, it's like, yes, we do, just not off the top of our head.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what Bastet's best skin was, or best selling skin was, or most used skin was, but I know we could look that up and find it.
We have all of that historical data.
It exists.
But I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. So,
well, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in today for Titan Talk. The PTS should be live later on this afternoon with
possibly now.
Bastet Aspect, Atlas Aspect, and Kronos potentially as well, mixed in with a load of balance changes that may be in the game too, so you can give us all feedback and rage as usual about the things that didn't go in that you didn't want to have.
But you know what? When people rage, that means they care, right?
Yeah.
It would be so much worse if I sat here and it was silent and nobody gave a damn about anything we said. The fact that people are like angry because we didn't nerf this hard enough, or this aspect doesn't look like it's going to be strong enough to be playable anymore. Like, you guys care, and that means so much to us. So we appreciate your passion.
For sure. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in, though. Enjoy the PTS available. And we'll be back on Friday to discuss the balance overview for the OB37.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, I'd say OB37. I was like, are we on 6 or 7? But yeah, we'll be back on Friday with that. And then Tuesday, get me out. 2 in the stage. Start of the show, end of the show, Kilgoon. Appreciate you all tuning in. If we don't see you beforehand, we'll see you on the battlegrounds. Goodbye.